COVID-19, and people are declaring a few months of state of emergency or a few weeks. Sierra Leone declared 1 year state of emergency. 1 year, 12 months, eh? I was really confused. Maybe Sierra Leoneans can explain what this means to us. But, put that aside. Once again, they arrested Sylvia Olayinka Blyden, a popular journalist. She's also a medical doctor. She's a publisher, but she's also a politician. In fact, she's the former Minister of Social Welfare, Gender and Children Affairs in Sierra Leone. She's an opposition member, and some people even call her the mother of democracy in Sierra Leone. Anyway, this woman is very popular, is what I'm trying to say. So, she was arrested again. They charged her with what they call cyber-related offenses because the government didn't like what her fans, not even her, but what her fans posted on her Facebook page. I'm like, okay, so first of all, why do African leaders, like government officials in Africa, why do they monitor people's social media pages? This woman has been in and out of prison, but the interesting thing now is Sierra Leone has what they call the criminal libel law since 1965, which states that a person who publishes defamatory material is guilty of libel and on conviction is punishable by a fine or imprisonment. This law was introduced by Sir Albert Magai in 1965, the second prime minister of Sierra Leone, in order to silence his critics. However, this law, they've been using it since 1965 mainly to silence journalists and opposition members. But the new president, Madabao, my father, how you doing? The man promised to repeal this law once he gets in office. In fact, last year, there's a bill to repeal this law. They introduced that bill, everybody got excited. But guess what? This bill, the bill to repeal the law that they are using to punish journalists, has now been suddenly withdrawn by the House of Parliament, which means that journalists and opposition members can still be arrested and be punished. So they said they didn't throw it out of the window, that they only withdrew it temporarily. So let's hope that it's truly, a temporary thing. But then we're waiting for the president to do something, being that his party controls the parliament. In the meantime, honestly, it doesn't look good on a president that promised freedom of speech. It doesn't look good that he keeps arresting and releasing this woman. And speaking of the president, Mr. President, in case you're watching me, sorry, but you know that I'm the only one that will tell you the truth. Please move closer, Mr. President. Whose idea was it? While every country was fighting coronavirus, buying PPEs for doctors, opening isolation centers, providing food for people, giving out stimulus packages, whose idea was it, my oga, that your government should buy 30, not 1, not 10, but 30 brand new Toyota Land Cruiser, model V8, in the name of fighting coronavirus? Hey! Whose idea was this? Hey, they said that the new vehicles are for the COVID-19 response team. Ooh, really? They gave them to the resident ministers, and then they appointed the same ministers as regional coordinators of the COVID-19 response team. Okay, that's it. Okay, let me bring myself back. Ministers already have official cars. No, so is this what the country needs right now? Do they have enough ambulances? Are the doctors well paid in Sierra Leone? Do they have protective gear for the doctors? The money spent on these cars could... You know what? Let me just hear from Sierra Leoneans. Sierra Leoneans, let's hear from you as the government fights COVID-19 with 30 brand new Toyota Land Cruisers, model V8, You guys don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.